All right, so we're watching a video by the Babylon Bee. It's called More Frightening but 100% True Facts About Guns. Here we go.
Guns. What are they? Why do they even exist when they do nothing but murder? Fact. We lose 93 million Americans a day to gun violence.
We lose 93 million Americans a day to gun violence.
Right.
Where do these dangerous weapons come from? They come from everywhere. In fact, it is even easier to get a gun than it is to get a book.
It is easier for a teenager to buy a Glock than even a book.
Sadly, these evil boomsticks aren't going anywhere anytime soon, so it's important to know everything you can about them, so that you can inform your ignorant redneck neighbor about how horrifying guns truly are. Here are two rifles. Both fire .223 ammo, loaded with 30 magazine clips.
30 magazine clip.
Can you tell which one of these is worse? If you chose this one, you are correct. Why? Because this one is black, and therefore it is scarier and instantly more dangerous. A universal principle that applies in any scenario. I've been informed that this is a shotgun with a pistol grip, which folds for maximum portability. When employed, it produces an incredible sound with a hypercardioid pickup pattern. I don't know what most of that means, but it sounds really, really scary. Here's an interesting fact. Democrat-controlled cities with the tightest gun control policies have the highest gun crime. This is because right-wingers hate the gun laws so much that they travel across state lines to commit murders in those areas. Devious. Consume this fact. There is no other country in the Western world with mass shooting deaths and frequency at a higher rate per capita than the United States. Except for Norway. And Switzerland. And France. And Slovakia. And also Finland. And Belgium. And Serbia. And Macedonia. Oh, Albania. And the Czech Republic. But aside from them, not one. This fact is disturbing, and younger viewers may want to turn away. If we look at all 97 countries where mass shootings are recorded, the United States ranks a whopping 64th in per capita frequency. 64! That is a big number. Now additionally, in 1997, game developer Rareware released the seminal first-person shooter GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. Coincidence? Hey, how do you know so much about guns, you might ask? Well, we have so much knowledge due to the work of University of Alabama Associate Professor Adam Lankford, who clearly outlines how America is the worst in the world in regards to gun violence.
Adam Lankford.
University of Alabama professor Adam Lankford.
In fact, his work is so thorough that he refuses to release the data supporting his findings to anyone. That's how scary his findings is. This is a stabilizing brace. When coupled with this buffer tube, it acts as a bump stock, turning a flintlock rifle into a machine gun turret instantly.
It turns this weapon into an automatic weapon. It becomes a bump stock.
As you can see, it makes it a higher caliber weapon come out of it.
Put a pistol on a brace, it turns into a gun. Makes it more, you can have a higher caliber weapon coming out of that gun. God save the Queen, man.
This is a ghost gun. Ghosts are scary enough even without guns.
Oh.
How can we possibly stand against a foe as
I'm a ghost.
Can you knock it off? How can we possibly stand against a foe as formidable as a ghost with its very own gun? This is a magazine. Magazine? Need I say more? Now that you know these terrifying knowledge nuggets, you must do everything you can to ban guns. Otherwise, you are personally complicit in every murder. Call your local representative to inform them so that they can be as smart as the featured individuals from this video. After all, they will be making all the laws to prevent future gun evil. They are our betters, and we should always trust what they say, just as long as they have a D next to their name.
Right.
Are you guys out of ammo? Like me? Go to Kerr Ammo, built by freedom-loving Americans for freedom-loving Americans. If you're in the market for some awesome ammo deals, check out our Kerr Ammo. They have a great reputation and offer a wide variety of ammunition for just about every type of shooting situation. With lightning-fast processing, your order's out the door before you know it, and they offer free shipping on orders over $199. Kerr Ammo. They cherish the Second Amendment as much as we cherish your hearts. Go to kerrammo.com/BEE to get your ammo today.
If I take this weapon and I bang it, look what just happened. The bolt goes forward. The weapon has fired. This terrifying procedure kills people in basic training
every day.
Every day.
I still can't wrap my head around
It is funny, the lack of information that people have when they present their argument for not having guns. But you know, I think it really all comes down to like a personal experience where you actually needed a gun. You know, people I would say everyone who is anti Second Amendment, you know, owning a gun in your home for self-defense, has never been in a situation where they actually needed to defend themselves from someone else with a gun. And that's a great thing. But it also doesn't really inform your opinion that much. You know, if you've never had to use something, you've never been in a situation to use something, you know, and then you're telling people don't get this because you don't need it, just because you've never had to use it. You know, I mean, it's fascinating, but you know, I think that's a big reason why people are anti-gun. And then I think another thing is like they could never like imagine themselves having to shoot someone and kill them. Like they, you know, I feel like a lot of people think that they would be able to talk someone down who has broken into their home with a gun and is about to kill everybody in there. I don't know if that's ever happened. But I think it's just not understanding what a criminal with someone. I say a criminal. It's not understanding the state of mind that someone is in that is doing what they're doing. You know, if someone has broken into your house with a gun, if someone's broken into your house, period, I saw some people talking the other day and they were like, they asked this woman if she was willing, like, if someone broke into your house to rob you, okay, would you want your husband to have a gun on him to defend you two against the intruder? And she said no. And they were like, why? Would you rather him fight this person? She was like, yes. And they were like, well, what if this person beats him in the fight? Well, you know, they're not trying to kill us. That's what she said, or something like that. And it's like, oh, so you really don't understand what this person is actually willing to do here. What would make you break into someone's house? I think that someone who doesn't think about breaking into somebody's house could be convinced that, well, I mean, if someone broke into mine, they wouldn't actually want to kill me. They would just want to steal things or something like that. But no, that's actually what happens. People get murdered all the time. So I think it is a little bit of confusion. People not willing to accept the depravity of someone's mind who has chosen to break into someone else's house. You think they're just gonna take some food, take some money? I think it's just lack of awareness of what the situation actually is. And it's sad because I know a lot of people that are really good-hearted people that in a situation like that would be really, I mean, the worst things could happen to them. And I don't want that to happen to them. It's almost like, you got to protect people from themselves sometimes or help them in some way. But having a gun in the house is so important to defending the things that matter the most to you in the worst case scenario. And I know that you don't want to accept that this is a potential, but it is. It is. And maybe you've spent your whole life trying to convince yourself that it's never going to happen. It's not a situation that you're ever going to be involved in, but it could be. And the longer you deny that, the less prepared you will be in the instance where it does happen and you're thrust into doing something and you don't have anything to help you. That's sad. That's really sad, and I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to anybody, but a lot of these things, like especially when it comes to gun law and to abortion and border control things, it really does seem like the people arguing against these things or like in support of abortion in all situations, right? Or support of illegal immigration and no wall to control these immigrants from coming over through Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California. And then also the people who are anti-gun, anti-Second Amendment. It seems as if the only way for them, the two ways it seems for them to kind of realize that they could be wrong in the situation is them actually go through a situation where they need a gun, right? And things go horribly wrong. They literally have to learn the lesson for themselves. And I have a lot of people I care about that I don't want that to happen to, but it seems like that's the only thing that's going to help them. Or the second option is they create better friendships and relationships with people who have an opposing viewpoint, and they see that it's not as bad or evil or, dehumanizing of a view to have and to practice as they think it is. So I do have hope that people can see it, and they don't have to learn for themselves in a horrible way, because you're seeing that in New York right now. The mayor of New York was saying the other day, a New York is never going to recover from the immigration the illegal immigration that's occurring right now in New York. And it's fascinating because they were completely fine with that type of illegal immigration occurring at the Texas border. But the moment it comes into their city, the moment Texas starts shipping those people to New York, it's now such an issue for them that they say, that the mayor says, there is no way that we can recover from this. I see no way of recovering from this. And then people have gotten mad at Texas for shipping the illegal immigrants up there, because it's destroying New York right now. But what were they supposed to do? Because some people just aren't going to learn they're just not going to learn unless you make them learn on their own, and you put it in their backyard. You put it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you could be mad at Texas after Texas gets no support from the White House right now when it comes to protecting its citizens from illegal immigration. Right? They've done nothing to help. They've just demonized anybody who wants to create more security for Texans. Okay? For residents of Texas, residents of the United States. They get mad at Texas for finally having enough and being like, okay, you're not going to take us serious? Okay, cool. We're going to put these immigrants, these illegal immigrants, on a bus, and we're going to send them to your state, and then you deal with them, because apparently it's not that difficult to deal with them, right? We're making it difficult. It's us with the problem. So you show us how to do it right. And then they send them, and now the mayor of New York is like, oh, I can't see us ever recovering from this. So, I mean, I think it's justified for Texas to do that. But what blows my mind is, even at that level of government, people are still people. People don't understand threats. Like the life-threatening situations, you do not understand a life-threatening situation until you are in the life-threatening situation and have to experience it for yourself. You see this in mixed martial arts all the time, especially when it was started. People didn't understand how much danger there was in fighting another man. If you were just a boxer, boxers had no understanding of the life-threatening potential events that could occur from fighting a high school wrestler. They couldn't even imagine that a high school wrestler could take them down, could get close enough to them while they're hitting them, to take them down, hold them down, and punch them while they hold them down. Even today, boxers can't understand that, and we'll say it's never going to be a thing. You can't do that. You can't just take me down, hold me down, because they've literally never been in a fight with a wrestler that can do that. So it's crazy, but oh man, reality is a hard thing to relate to. I'm just trying to make sure I'm relating the best way I can. Trying to find the truth in all these situations. And I don't have to be right initially, but I want to find what the right view is. I think we need to commit more to that. If you commit more to that, I think you can. It's helped me. It's helped me, and I'm not right about everything, but it really has helped me. So, all right, cool. That's it for that one.